Good morning, Harrison Central. Today's date is Friday the 10th. I'm Sam Sigersano with your announcements. Students who are interested in the spring musical will have a brief meeting on Tuesday at 8 a.m. in the cafeteria after breakfast. Please bring a pencil. All students interested in cast and crew should be in attendance. If you cannot make the meeting, you need to stop in Ms. Doran's room to pick up an interest sheet to complete. The college rep from Wheeling University will be in the cafeteria on November 16th during high school lunch periods. Please go to school links to register for the event. See Mr. Richards in the guidance office if you have any questions. Now, I'm going to send it to Aubrey for lunch and birthdays.
Today for lunch, we'll be having chicken patties, pretzels, veggies, and bananas. This week's birthdays are Landon Denton, Kaysen Johnson, Harley Hamrick, Chloe Bates, Abigail O'Rourke, Nicholas Fluharty, Avery Bailey, Kirsten Parrish, Ethan Carpenter, Bryson Phillipson, and Neely Ryder. Happy birthday, and let's send it back to the studio.
And now I'm going to send it to the weather.
Today's weather shows a high of 57, a low of 33 with little chance of precipitation all week. Tomorrow we're looking at a high of 50 and a low of 33 again. Sunday is going to be similar with a high of 51 and a low of 31. And now we'll send it to Georgia.
Hey guys, it's Georgia here, and I'm here with Mark Smith. We're going to ask him some questions. So whose idea was Veterans Breakfast?
Actually, it was our seniors, John Gray and Colton Tanner and Mr. Gibson. All of them got together and decided to do this for all the veterans. I know it was done last year, but it was nice to see our seniors do it as a project to honor the veterans in the community.
What does Veterans Day mean to you?
Well, serving in the military, I served from 97 to 2003. And today, with all these people here, I'm going to be talking about a couple things, talking about sacrifice and love. Sacrifice meaning those that are willing to step out from their freedoms in order so other people can have theirs. And love for country, love for values, love for freedom, for faith, all those kind of things. That's just a little bit of what Veterans Day really means to me, being a veteran.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't know. I think it's really important that as time moves on in this country, right, that Veterans Day and things like this, they don't get forgotten. That these things are passed down from generation to generation of kids, of young adults, whatever it might be, so that they are able to honor those that are willing to leave what they know and love, right, to go out and make sure that the security of this nation and the freedoms that we enjoy are always ours no matter what. So again, I just think that it is really important for it always to be remembered, okay, and for it never to get lost in the mix.
Well, thank you for your time and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Now let's send it back to the studio.
That was a very heartfelt interview, Georgia. Now we're going to send it to Vinny and Noah for local and world news.
Thank you, Sam. In world news, we have two countries, the USA and Brazil, that have the conditions to lead responses to food insecurity, energy issues, as well as climate change. The Vice President and Minister of Development, Industry, Commerce, and Services defended this. That's all I have to say for today, and now let's send to Noah for local news.
Thank you, Vinny. For local news, there was a big rig crash off of Route 22 on October 18th. A 53-foot tractor trailer went off the road heading northeast before barreling through a cornfield and crashing into a small group of trees on an embankment. Luckily, the driver only received minor injuries. Now we will send it back to Sam.
This week, some of our seniors received a grant from Appalachian, Ohio. We'll send it to Kaylee with that update.
On Wednesday of this week, the Harrison County Community Fund, which is a part of the Foundation for Appalachian, Ohio, held an event at Christopher's here in Acatus. The FAO and this community group helps to encourage giving and philanthropy. We caught up in Sherry Simmons, who explained a little about the organization, its mission, and a unique project that our students took advantage of.
So, the Foundation for Appalachian, Ohio is a regional community foundation that really serves the needs of the 32 counties of Appalachian, Ohio. And really, anytime I start to talk about the foundation, I always start with the philanthropy gap. And where we live in these 32 counties, we receive 90% less charitable giving or philanthropy than the rest of the state. And really what that means is you kids receive 90% less scholarship. Our nonprofits receive 90% less grants. And our goal is to lift up the greatest needs and the greatest opportunities by creating funds, by lifting up community funds, and just doing good work to support those communities. This year in Harrison County, we have awarded over $30,000 to various nonprofits, schools, public organizations. And we brought out an additional $5,000 that was specific to programs that are either led by youth or programs that support youth leadership, youth development, and that type of thing. So really lifting up our next generation of leaders.
4 Harrison Central seniors were a part of these events last night. In conjunction with the Puscarage Public Library, they applied and were awarded a $5,000 grant used for their senior service learning project. Their project will have a great impact on the youth of Harrison County by combining literacy, physical wellness, and nature.
So for our grant, for the $5,000 that we received from the Appalachian Foundation of Ohio, we are going to use this money to create a story walk on the Connaughton Creek Trail. So the first step of our grant was we had to apply for the Appalachian Foundation of Ohio grant by September 11th. So it was a really fast process with the amount of time we were given in notice. So after we applied there, it was basically just a waiting game, and then we found out November 2nd that we had received the $5,000.
So the storybook trail, we're just putting, it's going to be like a walking trail. There's going to be different steps in it. So like skip to the next podium. It's going to be 24 podiums spaced out across the mile. There's going to be a story in it, and the kids will read one page of the story and then skip to the next page.
We would just like to say thank you to the Foundation of Appalachian Ohio and Carly Ray for the grant.
All grant recipients were honored by the Harrison County Community Fund, who were awarded over $30,000 this grant cycle. This organization was founded in 2012 to create opportunities in our county and to give us all a place where we can give back to make the biggest difference in Harrison County. More information can be found by visiting appalachiaohio.org. I am Kaylee Benall reporting for HCTV. Now back to the news.
That was a great idea for a $5,000. But now we're going to send it to sports.
Last week wrapped up a busy fall sports season. Many teams finished the season strong, including the football team, which won their first ever playoff game in school history, and the volleyball team, which won their first postseason game as well. Today, we have senior football player RJ Bellin with us. RJ, can you tell us how the season went?
Overall, it went incredibly well. I mean, winning our first home playoff game, this first playoff game in general was absolutely incredible. The effort and everything that we put in throughout the season, just remarkable, and words really can't even explain it.
Okay, and what's one thing you're going to miss now that football's over?
I mean, I'm going to miss everything about it. Best 4 years of my life, and it's not even a question. Everything from the practices, the team meals, the obviously games, something I'll never forget from the rest of my life.
Perfect. With the football team falling in the second round of the OHSAA postseason, it now allows us to transition to the winter sports season. One team that's been busy at practice is the girls' basketball team. Aubrey had the opportunity to take a closer look at the girls' team. The girls' basketball team, which went 12-9 last season, returns with 4 varsity letter winners this season and has Coach Smith very excited.
It's exciting to get back in the gym. Got a great group of young ladies who are getting after it, some new faces, so excited to see what we have. I'm really excited just to be back in the gym, and this time of year gets me pretty hyped up. We have a lot of size this year. We lost 6 seniors who were guards. So last year we were running gun a lot and a lot of speed. This year we have a lot of size, so we got to use our size to our advantage. We have some good shooters. We have some young freshmen who are stepping up. So overall, just having new faces and then having some girls come in ready to go. It's exciting. We have a couple of transfers that came in, Lauren Doan and Kennedy Dunlap, as well as a few freshmen that are making an impact early on. So, as well as some of the veterans we have that are steadfast and have been there for several years. So, all those together hopefully will be a good thing. Several things. One, wins. You want to win. If you're a coach or a player and you don't want to win, then it's probably not. You want to be competitive. But with that said, if our girls get after it every night and have the energy and intensity, and they come to practice and come to games and give all they have, to me that is the definition of success. So those things combined can make a very successful season.
Their first game is November 27th at Buckeye Local. Now let's head back to Nessa in the studio. The first home game for the girls basketball team is Saturday, December 2nd against Monroe Central. Be sure to check out the school's social media posts and website for schedule updates. Next week, we look forward to bringing you coverage on the boys basketball team. I'm Nessa with HCTV Sports. Now let's head back to the studio.
Seems like a great sports season for Harrison Central. Now let's send it to Georgia and Cece for a classroom project.
Hey guys, it's Georgia here, and I'm here with Miss V. We're going to interview her about her project she did with her 4th graders with Picasso mask. So, where did you come up with this idea for the mask?
Well, I do a lot of Pinterest surfing, and I also take some classes where we have the OAEA, which is the Ohio Arts Education Association. We have a conference every year, and we just kind of trade ideas.
What materials did you use to make the mask?
Well, we used cardboard, we used acrylic paint, and we used Elmer's glue and some brushes.
So if someone at home wants to make the mask, how would they make the mask?
Well, I'm sure people order a lot of things from Amazon like I do, so there's extra boxes laying around. You could also use your cereal boxes, anything that's cardboard or a thicker surface, foam, anything like that would work. You could cut all of that cardboard out, plus you'd have glue. You could get acrylic paint at the dollar stores pretty cheap, any of the local craft stores.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, my students, before we started making our masks, we took a look at Pablo Picasso's life by watching a 3 to 4 minute short video clip, and they had to actually answer some questions about the blue period and his rose period, and how he went from being a realistic painter into a cubist painter, which he is pretty much known for around the world.
Hi, I'm Cece and I'm here with William. William, what was your favorite part about this project?
Painting.
Painting? And what did you use to make that mask?
Cardboard.
Cardboard? Yeah, well, it looks really cool, and thank you.
Now let's send it back to the studio.
Thank you, Georgia. And let's send it to Taylor for a Husky Spotlight.
I'm Taylor, and I'm here today with Tegan for our Husky Spotlight. So Tegan, do you play any sports?
Yes, I play volleyball, basketball, and I run track.
And how was homecoming court?
It was an experience. I'm very lucky to be able to be voted for it, and I had a lot of fun.
Okay, and other than the sports, do you have any other hobbies outside of school?
I do 4-H.
And how's 4-H?
It's a lot of work, but overall it teaches you responsibility and how to be a better person.
Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
The Powder Puff game this Sunday was really fun, and I believe we should do it yearly.
Okay, thank you. Now let's send it back to the studio.
Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and always, go Huskies.